Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving headfirst into the world of cryptocurrency. It's a place with, let's be real, massive opportunity, but it can also feel like a total minefield, especially if you're new to it all. So to guide us through this, we're leaning on the book How to Buy, Sell, and Keep Your Crypto Safe. It's a fantastic resource designed to just cut through all the noise and give you the practical stuff you actually need to get started with some confidence. All right, let's get into it.
For anyone just looking into this space, this is the big question, right? Is this whole crypto thing a revolutionary financial future, or is it just a digital trap waiting to snapshot? And you know what? The truth is, it can be both. But the whole point of this explainer is to give you a clear map so you can navigate the good parts safely.
So let's start at square one. I want you to forget the crazy charts, forget all the jargon you've heard for just a minute. We're going to break down what cryptocurrency actually is. Okay, think about the money in your bank. What makes it secure? Well, things like vaults and laws and the bank itself, right? Cryptocurrency completely flips that idea on its head. It is 100% digital money, and its security doesn't come from a building. It comes from incredibly complex math, cryptography. That's what makes it so tough to counterfeit or mess with. No vault, just pure code. And this gets to the absolute heart of it all, decentralization. You know an app like Venmo, right? When you send money, there's a bank sitting in the middle processing everything. They're in control. They can reverse a payment. They can even shut down your account. Crypto is different. It runs on a massive network of computers all over the world. There is no one in the middle. Because of that, transactions are final, and pretty much anyone with an internet connection can join in. That right there is a huge, fundamental shift in how we think about money. All right, so we've kind of got the what down. Now let's get into the how. And look, getting started doesn't have to be this super complicated thing. We can really just break it down into a few simple first steps. Honestly, you can just think of it as a three-step launch sequence. First, you've got to have a place to actually store your crypto. That's your wallet. Second, you need a marketplace where you can buy it. That's called an exchange. And third, and this is so important, you always start small. Do a tiny test purchase first just to make sure you've got all the wires connected correctly. Now, this first step, choosing a wallet, is your first really critical security decision. So a hot wallet is basically an app on your phone or computer. It's online, which makes it super convenient for everyday use, but that also makes it more vulnerable to hacks. Think of it like your regular wallet or a checking account. A cold wallet, on the other hand, is a physical device, like a little USB drive that stays completely offline. This is the absolute gold standard for security. It's like your personal savings vault. The rule of thumb? Keep the vast majority of your crypto safe and sound in cold storage. Okay, next up, the exchange. This is the bridge that connects your regular bank account to the crypto world, and picking a trustworthy one is absolutely crucial. So here's what you need to look for. Are they regulated by a real government body? Do they have a solid security history, or have they been hacked a bunch? And do they have insurance, or at least prove that they actually hold the funds they say they do? You have to do your homework here. It's a non-negotiable step.
Look, everything we've talked about so far is super important, but this next part, this is, without a doubt, the most critical piece of information for keeping your crypto safe. It's what we call the golden rule.
I really want you to burn this phrase into your memory. Not your keys, not your crypto. It's that simple. See, if you leave your crypto on an exchange, you're not actually holding it. You're trusting them to hold your keys for you. And if that exchange gets hacked or goes bankrupt, poof, your funds could be gone forever. Real, true ownership means that you and only you are in control of your keys. So what are these keys we're talking about? Well, your private key is just a long, secret string of letters and numbers. It's the mathematical proof that you own your crypto. It's what you use to sign and approve any transaction you want to send. It is the single most important secret you have in this whole space. But come on, who's going to remember a giant, random string of characters? Nobody. And that's where the seed phrase comes in. When you set up your own wallet, it gives you a list of 12 or 24 simple words. This phrase is the master key. It's the thing that can regenerate all of your private keys if you lose your phone or your hardware wallet breaks. It is your ultimate safety net, your one and only backup. And this brings us to the most common and most devastating mistake that beginners make. I cannot stress this enough. Your seed phrase must be kept completely 100% offline. Never ever take a picture of it. Never type it into a notes app or save it in the cloud. You write it down on a piece of paper, or even better, stamp it into metal.
You store it somewhere safe where nobody else can possibly find it. Seriously, treat it like it's a treasure map to your entire fortune, because that is exactly what it is.
All right, so once you've got your own security handled, the final piece of this puzzle is learning to spot the bad guys out there who are going to try to trick you out of your money. Let's quickly run through the most common threats.
You have to remember, scammers always prey on your emotions, usually greed or fear. Phishing attacks try to create panic, sending you an urgent alert to trick you into giving them your password or seed phrase. Ponzi schemes will promise you guaranteed high returns, which just don't exist. Giveaway scams on social media look amazing, but the catch is they always ask you to send them crypto first. That's a huge red flag. And rug pulls? Well, they lure you in with insane interest rates on some new token, and then the anonymous creators just vanish with everyone's money.
Ultimately, your best defense against every single one of these scams, and any new ones they invent, comes down to this simple, timeless advice. If an offer, a giveaway, or an urgent message seems way too good to be true, it is. It absolutely positively is. Trust your gut.
So, there you have it. We've covered the what, the how, and the how to stay safe. You now have a basic map to start exploring the world of crypto. You understand wallets, exchanges, and the golden rule of holding your own keys. So the only real question left is, where will your journey begin? Thanks for joining us.